New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. The Department of Homeland Security is warning law enforcement and public safety officials in the United States that a prolonged truck convoy protest over the vaccine mandate could begin on February 13th when the Super Bowl is played in Los Angeles. The warning of the trucker protest, similar to the one that has brought Ottawa, Canada to a virtual halt, states that, quote, the convoy could severely disrupt transportation, federal government, and law enforcement operations through gridlock and potential counter-protest. According to senior law enforcement officials and documents obtained, the warning circulated to law enforcement nationwide on Tuesday by the DHS state that the agency, quote, has received reports of a convoy of truckers planning to potentially block roads in major metropolitan cities in the United States in protest of, among other things, vaccine mandates for truck drivers. The DHA alert states that the group intends to start in California as early as mid-February and travel to Washington, D.C. as late as mid-March, reportedly gathering truckers as they travel across the country, adding that the truckers from the protests in Ottawa may also head to Washington to participate. The DHS document, which is marked unclassified and for official use only, notes that as of its release on February 8th, the United States trucker convoy appears to be purely aspirational because the event is only being discussed online, though it warns that this could change quickly. The DHS source also stated that the trucker convoy is absolutely a real concern. Quote, they are definitely going to follow the Canadian model and shut down Washington. To the massive demonstration that has drawn hundreds of truckers and others to Ottawa since last week, disrupting traffic throughout the Canada capital and prompting the mayor to declare a state of emergency. On Monday, protesters blocked off traffic in both directions along the Ambassador Bridge that connects Windsor, Ontario to Detroit, shutting down one of the busiest international border crossings between the United States and Canada. The DHS officials also stated that a variety of U.S. law enforcement agencies were conducting calls and planning sessions to figure out what to do in the event that Washington is similarly brought to a standstill, which the officials stated is a real possibility. Like I said, this is chess, not checkers. People have to pay attention to a lot of these things, right? If you wanted certain things to transpire and take place, what would you do? You would basically hit the main things that people need, right? So you would hit, plants, you would hit manufacturing facilities, you would hit holding facilities, you would also hit the things that deliver these things. So let's say like shipping, right? Let's say by air. Let's also say by land, which would then require the 18 wheelers, which is the truckers, which is the point that we're at this moment in time. If the powers that be realistically wanted to cause a disruption, right, no matter how small it may be, it's still a disruption, not nonetheless. This is one way to basically do it. So for roughly the longest time that we have had, for about 2 years, right, plus, that everything has in a sense been taking place, now this has become the thing that they want to go for, right? They want to specifically go for this, which realistically in a sense doesn't make sense. It doesn't, right? Because if you happen to try to do this to the truckers, right, that means that a lot of them, they're going to be like, yo, this is really going to affect my work. This is going to affect how everything is supposed to go. I'm not going to be able to pick up jobs because on the radio they're going to be like, hey, we got a job here, but you have to be such and such in order to sit up there and take this job, right? So now you got to sit up there and make a decision that necessarily you shouldn't realistically have to sit up here and do, because it's not like, you're going out to a party or anything like that. You're delivering goods. You're going from one place to another. That's pretty much it. Unlike, right, as they've stated before, everyday people, right? We've seen what New York has basically done with the population of New Yorkers, right? They have millions of people basically there. Pretty much everybody, goes out and they're around everybody else, and so and so and so and so and so, right? So that's how they decided to work that situation. And they did something similar pretty much in California, right? But now the powers that be want to affect the trucking industry, which is going to cause a discomfort to a lot of businesses, right? Like I said before, I worked at Whole Foods not too long ago. And in order for us to get our deliveries, guess what? We had to have truckers deliver those goods. If the truck was late or it just wasn't there, guess what? We were missing a lot of product by the time that the store opened up in the morning. So then you will have customers coming in asking us for a variety of products that we just simply didn't have because either the truck was late or the truck didn't show up. Now, add into the fact that this is what they're trying to do with the truckers, trying to mandate certain things. Well, guess what? A lot of stores aren't going to get goods. You know what that's going to cause? That's going to cause uncomfortability, and that's also going to cause scarcity. You know what happens when scarcity takes place? That means that the demand is going to go up because there's a lack of supply. You know what happens when the demand goes up and there's a lack of supply? That means that chaos sooner or later is going to start to ensue. Why is chaos going to start to ensue? Because you have a height of demand, lack of supply, which means scarcity, right? Which also means that prices are going to start to go up, which means that people are going to start to venture out all across the city and the state to other stores, basically causing more scarcity, right? And more demand, which then means that the media is going to catch up to all of this. And then they're going to put it directly out there to the forefront, run it 24, 48, 72 hours. They're going to run it for a week, run it for 2 weeks, run it to a month. Like I said, we all seen what happened with the paper towel, right? We all seen what happened with the toilet paper earlier on during this whole extent. This is going to be, if this takes place, right? This is going to be on a scale that is vastly different than anything else we have literally ever seen. Of course, you're going to have some truckers that are going to be like, you know what? I'm just going to do my job regardless because I got a family to feed. I got to, put a roof over my head. I got to keep money into my account. I got to keep things running. Other ones are going to be like, yo, you're not about to force me to do anything. So I'm going to sit up there and do XYZ with, everybody else. And we're going to see what's going to sit up there and happen. Somebody's going to have to budge, but it ain't going to be me. Right? So like I said before, you got to look at this for what it is. This is a power play that is done by the people that are in power. They are willing to sacrifice, right? What little is basically there so that they can get the things that they deem valuable, so that they can get the things that they realistically want. Because I'm just going to put it like this. If they were really this serious about this, right, then they would have pushed this all over the place at the end of the day. That's just how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it how they've always stated, right? And how they've always gone over the numbers, how they've always told us everything, right? That's how I'm looking at it. If they knew everything and they ran, whatever numbers that they have, then realistically, this is something that should have been activated in the beginning. It should have been activated sooner rather than later. Like I said before, the moment in time that you want to start activating stuff late and start trying to push it to people, you're going to have the utmost resistance. If this was something, like I said before, that was put in place at the very beginning when everything started, we wouldn't be having this issue right now. But that's not what they wanted to do. So here we are. So, we'll see at the end of the day what, the truckers and what other people will basically say. Because like I said before, social media will sit up there and let you know. The news won't sit up there and tell you everything, but you'll be able to sit up there and find those truckers in all their videos on social media. So like I said, chess, not checkers, and pay attention. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I listed in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.